All right, so I definitely did not get under the 5 minute mark, so the video cut out. And so here's going to be the second part of this. And so where I left off was talking about there's two options. So the one option is build a tent out of materials around the house, it's like really anything. Maybe not toilet paper. It seems like that's pretty valuable these days. So maybe go with something else. If you have some construction paper, white paper, fabric, whatever you want. Pipe cleaners, toothpicks, stuff like that make great tent poles. Yeah, you can really get creative with this. So one of the options with your model is just to build it. You know, if I was building this, I probably would go with that right now. I'm been on the computer a lot lately, and I think just building stuff that's not computer based for me would be a good idea. But if you are not totally burnt out on the computer, there's another option, which is Tinkercad, which is a super cool program that allows you to like design different things online, and it is awesome. You can build some really, really, really great things. One of the cool things is that you can actually 3D print from this program. So if you were to build something on there, you could actually 3D print it. I mean, there's a lot of really, really great stuff there. So you could use that program. And if some people I know have experience on that, I know you use that in STEM a little bit. But if you don't have experience, this is a great opportunity to learn because, that's what you got going on right now. You can figure some cool new stuff out. So for as far as Tinkercad goes, if that's something that you want to explore and play around with, you can go to tinkercad.com. And then our class code is this right here, this thing right there. And what that will do is that will allow you to get onto a platform that I can see your projects and check them out. And then you'll sign in with Google. If you're creating any kind of account, please use your school Google account. And then here's an instructional video on how to use Tinkercad, figure all that stuff out. I have played around just a little bit with it. I am by no means any kind of expert. I am very, very basic with this stuff. And so are probably the rest of your teachers. So this would be on you to kind of figure it out and play around with it. And it would be a really, really cool thing to learn. I can direct you to more resources if you need them, but yeah, it'd be kind of cool. All right. So again, option one, build the model. Option two, make it on Tinkercad. And then here's some examples of what was built on Tinkercad. This one doesn't have the tent, but it sure set up a really cool scenery that you could put a tent in. Here's a tent with like a campfire and some chairs. And then, really what I want you to do is make a scene for your tent. And, this is like how you would like market your tent. Like if you're trying to sell this thing, you do this. And, following this, here's some just examples. So I've done this project in the past, and here's what a few students have created. I think these are teams of 2 that I had on these projects, and maybe even just individuals. But yeah, here's a project, and you can see it's kind of in that. Here's the tent that they built, and here's a campfire and all the scenery. So pretty cool there. Here's another one. They put like a rain fly on this, got real creative there. And here's another campfire and a palm tree, which is kind of sweet. Looks like beach camping. As far as the blueprints go, this is I think was the biggest struggle was just figuring out the math on all of this stuff. Again, so you have your different sides. So they drew the sides out, figured out the surface areas of all of these pieces, figured out how much tent poles that they were going to need up here, somewhere in here that they have the calculations for how much everything would cost. And yeah, and then this was a really, really big piece. I'd say the majority of the time we spent on this right there. So anyways, guys, I would say that this is one of the more challenging of the projects, and it's super duper fun. Talking with my students a few years ago, this was one of the best projects that they did all year. So if you're up for the challenge, you got the time and you got the drive, this would be a great one. And everything like that. And so again, looking at probably about 3 weeks is what it would take to do this. It took us about 2 weeks in class. So about 3 weeks outside of class probably could get you close on this project. And so this is all about surface area and volume and trying to figure those kind of things out. So hopefully I get some really, really cool tent projects in. And yeah, this will be a lot of fun.